The Pharaoh who purged the king. Case file, the Arterial Architect, the audit of Pharaoh Necho II. Most kings are content with conquering land. Necho II wanted to conquer the earth itself. He looked at the map of the 7th century BC and saw a flaw in the geometry of power. To move from the Mediterranean to east, you had to walk. Necho decided that the walk was a logistical failure. He began the Arterial Audit, the construction of a canal that would link the Nile to the Red Sea. He wasn't just building a waterway, he was engineering a noose to tighten around the global trade. This is the anatomy of a pharaoh who operated like a modern CEO with a 1,000,000-man army. Ascension to the throne, inheriting the vacuum. Necho II ascended to the throne in 610 BC during the 26th Dynasty. He didn't inherit a stable world, he inherited a power vacuum. The Syrian Empire, the old titan of the north, was collapsing under its own brutality. To the east, the Babylonian army was rising. Necho understood the physics of the whole. If Egypt didn't expand to fill the voids, it would be purged by it. From day one, his reign was a forensic search for strategic depth. He didn't just want a border, he wanted the buffer zone that stretched to the Euphrates. The Megiddo Audit. In 609 BC, the audit turned lethal. Necho II was moving at a high speed toward the Euphrates to assist his Assyrian allies. The path led through the pass of Megiddo. King Josiah of Judah stepped into the gap. Josiah wasn't just a king. He was a strategic obstacle. Necho sent envoys with a cold, clinical message. I have no quarrel with you. God has told me to hurry and do not interfere. Josiah refused to listen. He thought he could block the Egyptian army. He was wrong. At the Battle of Megiddo, Necho performed a high-speed purge. The Judean forces were swept aside with mechanical efficiency. Josiah was struck by Egyptian archers and died before he could even process the scale of his mistakes. Necho didn't stop to celebrate. He installed a new king in Jerusalem, levied a massive fine, silver and gold, and kept moving. To Necho, Josiah wasn't an epic rival. He was a logistical delay that had been successfully purged from the timeline. The Syrian campaign, the industrial reach. Necho's military prowess was built on structural innovation. He was the first pharaoh to lean heavily into the mercenary audit, or the mercenary tactic. The professional Greek and Syrian hostiles, turning the Egyptian infantry into a hardy industrial force. He pushed all the way to the Euphrates, seizing the strategic city of Carchemish. For a brief moment, Necho had rejected the empire, the new kingdom, the control, the veins of the Near East. But physics of exhaustion were looming. The Babylonians, led by the crown prince Nebuchadnezzar II, were coming to perform an audit of their own. The legacy? Even as the wars raged, Necho never stopped auditing the globe. According to ancient records, he commissioned a fleet of Phoenician soldiers to circumnavigate Africa. or to navigate Africa. They sailed from the Red Sea around the tip of the continent and back through the Pillars of Hercules. It took 3 years, again, 3 years. They brought back data that the world was far larger than anyone imagined. Necho was seeking the ultimate arterial path, a way to hit his enemies from where they least expected it. Now, though the canal was never finished in his lifetime, he had successfully mapped the future of global maritime power. The final output: Necho II died in 595 BC, but the audit he started didn't end. He proved that a pharaoh's greatest strength isn't his crown, it's his ability to see the world. As a series of connected systems, he purged kings, redirected rivers, and mapped oceans. He was the first to realize that in the war for the planet, the one who controls the flow controls the finish line.